Aloha my friends, Kristina here, and I'm so happy to be back in a new video with you today. We are going to be comparing the Nama M1 plant-based milk maker with the Almond Cow milk maker. This has been a wildly requested video to compare these two plant-based milk maker machines, and so we're going to dive right in. Last year, Nama introduced to the world their M1 milk maker, and it has revolutionized the plant-based milk space. It is truly an incredible machine. And before that, the Almond Cow dominated this space. And so I've had many people ask me, Kristina, how do you like your M1 milk maker in comparison to the Almond Cow? How do they compare? So in today's video, we're going to be comparing these two machines in depth. We're going to compare their parts, their assembly, their batch size, their pulp dryness, their quality, their cleanup, their versatility, and even their price. If you've been trying to decide which machine to get for your house, I'm hoping that this video will help you out. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kristina and I've been a raw vegan for almost 20 years now. That's more than half my life. And I can definitely share with you that having a good plant-based milk can either make or break your experience. We all know what it's like to have a really yucky plant-based milk, right? It's watery, it's foamy, it has no substance in it, it's tasteless, and it might even have bits of fiber or nuts in it. We've all had a really bad plant-based milk. But have you ever had an excellent plant-based milk made with different nuts and infused with different flavors and herbal combinations and more that's literally just blown your mind? Have you ever had a plant-based nut milk that good? That's the kind of milk that we're striving to create here. We're not just talking about making regular nut milks. We want something exceptional, which is why we're going to be comparing the top two machines that are on the market today. Now, I want to let you all know going into this video that I am super partial to the M1 machine. This machine has completely changed my entire perception of what plant-based milks can be. It's not just almond milk or cashew milk, but it's so much more. And so for those of you who might think, oh, she's partial to that machine, well, yes, it's definitely true. So I want to be honest about that going into this video. And I'm really proud about that because this machine is truly amazing and I'm hoping to show you why. By the end of this video, if you decide you would like to get a new M1 plant-based milk maker, you can get $50 off this machine by using the code FullyRaw50. I've included that code on the screen for you and also it's linked in the description below. This code will expire in just a few weeks, so definitely use this code while you can to get that maximum discount. Nama typically does not give discounts this high for the M1 machine, so use this code while you can and get $50 off to start making your own plant-based milks at home. Check out that link below. So all that being said, let's dive in. So let's first talk about the machines and the assembly. What do you get with each machine? Let's start with the M1. I actually have an unboxing and review of the M1, so you can go back and watch all of the different parts that come with the machine, the sustainable packaging, the beautiful bags. They did a fantastic job with this machine. And when you open the package, you will see this milk maker base that has a strainer inside and a spout. It will also come with the base, and it will also come with a pitcher and a measuring cup that also acts as a lid for the pitcher. It's really easy to put together. All you have to do is screw on the lid and it's very compact. It also comes with a cleaning brush, which we're going to talk about later. It comes with a user's guide, an assembly manual, and one of my favorite things is their M1 recipe book. This felt like the biggest gift in this entire package because Nama created this recipe book, all geared towards making the best plant-based milks that aren't just plant-based milks, but that are infused milks. It teaches you how to make basic milks along with pistachio matcha milk, cold brew mochas, blueberry cardamom milk, chocolate hazelnut milk, and so much more. I've actually already created a few of these nut milk recipes on my YouTube channel, and can I just say they are to live for. Another cool thing that came with the M1 that is a game changer is their dry pulp bag. I mean, I've shown this in a few of the videos, but essentially this allows you to save your dry pulp from the nut milk that you have made, and you can use this pulp to make in other recipes. This is such a handy pouch, and honestly, just the thoughtfulness that went into everything needed to go with the M1 is remarkable. It feels like you're opening a Christmas gift when you open all the little gifts that come with this machine. When you open the lid to the chamber, you will see that there is a strainer and a blender inside. One of the reasons the M1 is so special is because of its technology, and you're gonna get to see it yourself in just a minute. Gone are the days when you used to blend and have to squeeze things with a nut milk bag. This machine not only blends, but it also strains your nut milk at the same time. The M1 machine is marked at $400, but with my $50 discount using the code FullyRaw50, it comes out to $350, and it has a 15-year warranty. 15 years, that's kind of insane. Nama spent millions creating the design and the technology needed for this machine to exist. And you can see it in the detail, and you can taste it in the quality of the milk. And so you're gonna get to see that in just a second and how it works. Moving on, let's talk about the Almond Cow. I purchased my Almond Cow from Amazon, and at the time it came with a bundle of items, so I bought it with the bundle. And the bundle came with the Almond Cow machine, which has a lid, and you can see the filter on the bottom. It also comes with a plastic base that you can set it in so it doesn't leak everywhere. It came also with a cleaning brush, and it came with, and I'm so sorry to say this, but this is just how it arrived from Amazon. It was supposed to come with its own glass milk jug, but when it arrived from Amazon, there was no sign, I guess, on the box or the bottle that said handle with care. And as you can hear, the glass shattered and broke everywhere in here. So I'm gonna have to dispose of this glass bottle. I feel sad to tell you that, but yeah, that's how it arrived. And so that is kind of what happened. These things happen when you order things online, obviously, but there was no real appropriate packaging for this glass bottle. It's just in this cardboard box, in an Amazon box. I think it was bound to break. So really this is a sad situation, a minor tragedy that it broke on the way here and that I won't get to use it, but nonetheless, I think that's an important detail to share with you all. The Almond Cow bundle also came with a few sample nut milk bag recipes that you can just throw in here. But I'm not gonna be using these today because in order to have an even comparison of the type of nut milk that we're doing, I'm gonna set these aside, but I did wanna show you that these came with a machine as well. I paid $289.95 for my Almond Cow, and it comes with no warranty. So as we're moving into the rest of these points, take into consideration the price and also the warranty. Really, we're looking at about a $50 to $60 difference, and we're looking at a 15-year warranty difference between these two machines. Those are two really important factors to me, and as we move into the next phase of this comparison, which is usage, I also want you to take into consideration the ease in which it takes you to make the milk. I truly believe that if someone feels excited about doing something, or if it looks easy enough to do, then you will do it. You want to make sure that you get the machine that works best for you, because if you feel like it's a machine that you can use, you're more likely to actually use it. You don't want to get a machine that you're not going to use. So now the part you've really been waiting for, let's make some nut milk. For today's recipe, we're going to be making an almond milk. And I've pretty much got the same recipe here for each machine, apart from one minor difference. When making recipes with the Nama M1 milk maker, the recipe always calls for 1 cup of nuts for 3 to 4 cups of water. to whereas compared with the Almond Cow, it calls for 1 cup of nuts with 5 to 6 cups of water. So I am gonna use those ratios so that the machines work properly. All right, so let's add these ingredients in. Into the M1, I'm adding in 1 cup of raw almonds. They do not need to be soaked. 2 pitted dates, a pinch of pink salt, and 3 to 4 cups of water. You can see that the Nama has an LED panel right here with 1 button. It also has an automatic self-timer, so it will blend the nut milk for 1 minute and then it will strain right after. So you'll see that self-timer set, and in under 2 minutes, you will have fresh milk ready and made for you. So let's watch the magic happen. So this is the almond milk that we just made with the M1. I've poured these into 2 cups in equal parts. Let's give it a try. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. It's creamy, it has a light sweetness to it. You can taste the touch of the salt and the dates. I think I have a milk mustache happening right now as well. It's frothy in a good way, like it tastes fresh, and it doesn't taste watery or grainy at all. It tastes like a perfect barista quality milk. That is so yummy. So now that we've made almond milk in the M1, let's now make milk in the Almond Cow. To make milk in the Almond Cow, you have to first lift the top. And I do have to say that this piece right here is a little tricky. I had a little bit of a hard time in the beginning getting this strainer off. It's not as easy as you think to get this piece off. And sometimes I feel like it's hit or miss with how easy it could be. Like right now I'm having a bit of an issue. Oh, okay, there we go. This piece can be somewhat of an annoying hassle. But other than that, it's fairly easy to use. You also do want to watch out for this blade. Here, you can easily do some damage with that. You want to be sure to watch the marker lines with the Almond Cow. I've got 1 cup of the almonds here that I'm gonna add in, and I've got it right under that 1 cup line. I'm also gonna add the 2 dates in there and the pinch of pink salt. With the dates in there, you've got to kind of wiggle the blade in there a little bit. This is a little tricky, honestly. You've got to wiggle it in there, and then you've got to move the blade over, and then you've got to shimmy the top. And then you can lock in the bottom piece. So that's what needs to happen. And then once you have this completed, you can add in your water. And the Almond Cow calls for 6 cups, 5 to 6 cups of water to fill up to the max line, and you want to make sure you do not go over that max line. So I'm going to add in the water, just like this. We're going to add on the lid. Once you have the lid on, all you got to do is press the button. So it takes about a minute for the Almond Cow to make the milk. So let's go ahead and lift this up, and we'll put this in here for the time being, and let's go ahead and pour our milk. We have just made the milk with the Almond Cow, and as you can see here, I have poured 4 cups of the milk. And this makes sense because I used 6 cups of water for this milk blend, whereas I used 3 cups of water for the M1 machine. So let's go ahead and try the almond milk from the Almond Cow. So let's talk about it. While it might look deceiving that this one produces more milk, or it batch juices more milk, it doesn't necessarily mean that it tastes better. In my personal opinion, I feel like I'm just drinking a very watered down almond milk. Like, it basically tastes like water to me. It doesn't taste very creamy or infused or sweet. I can't taste any of those hints of infusions that we added in. It literally just tastes like light almond water. But that's to be expected when you have more water in the frame to make it happen that way. Whereas when I'm comparing it to the Nama M1, these 2 cups taste very rich and creamy, and you can taste all the flavors in there. It tastes like a barista quality creamer, except for it's a milk. And this tastes like a very, very watered down, like almond water. So in terms of volume, yes, the Almond Cow produced more volume, but it did not produce better quality or flavor. If anything, it produced something that was way more watered down. So I've placed our nut milks to the side so we can talk about our next point of comparison, which is the pulp. So now we're gonna talk about the dry pulp. And I just pulled this out, and as you can see there, the Nama pulp came out super dry. Look at this. The sign of a good machine is having dry pulp. You cannot squeeze anything out of this pulp anymore. There's nothing left in it. So this is the dry pulp that came out of the Nama, and I love that Nama provides you with this pouch because you can save this pulp to use for later use if you want to make some raw vegan crackers, some protein balls, or more. This is such a cool pouch to use, and you can save your dry pulp. All right, next up, let's look at the pulp from the Almond Cow. As you can see here, it's actually still wet with moisture and liquid, and this pulp is pretty wet. Like, this actually feels like a moist batter of some kind. I could definitely squeeze this and get more juice. Oh my gosh, you can actually get more milk out of this. So when I see pulp that is not dry, I automatically assume that it's not the best quality that you could be getting. So even just squeezing this with my hands right now, I'm showing you that there's still way more milk that could be extracted from this pulp. And also keep in mind, you had a lot that was in there. But so it doesn't necessarily mean that volume is what we're looking for here, but what we are looking for is quality, right? So when I said that the milk I was drinking from the Almond Cow was really watered down, this adds a different element to that. I mean, like, look at all that just came out of the pulp. That's just from me squeezing. That's kind of crazy. That's a lot in there. And I just got really messy. Next up, let's compare the cleaning aspects of both of these milk machines. I first washed the Nama M1, and it took me 1.5 minutes to clean this machine. 1.5 minutes in the big scheme of things is no time at all. I really only needed to use water to rinse all of the parts. However, I'm a really detail-oriented person, so I did use soap to clean the strainer, and I used their scrubby brush that was provided to clean the strainer as well. I actually love this brush, and I use it for multiple things, including cleaning my other juicers. I really love this cleaning tool. For those of you who do not like cleaning machines, this was a very painless process. I think most of you could get away with just rinsing it with water, putting it on the side, letting it dry, and being done with it for the rest of the day. It took me about 1 minute to clean the Almond Cow, which was a little bit less time than the M1. However, there was a bit of uncomfort that I had cleaning around the blade there. I definitely don't think that that's safe. And also, it was a bit challenging to wash around the electrical parts. And I think that they didn't really say that in the manual too much, but when you're washing the Almond Cow, you do need to make sure that you're not rinsing the electrical parts that are in the lid, and also to be careful not to wash the bottom part if you're not going to dry it. Other than that, it was pretty easy to clean. I rinsed all the parts with water, and then I used soap with their cleaning brush to clean the strainer as well. It was a very simple process. Both of these machines were not a hassle to clean. The Almond Cow did take a little bit less time to clean, but only by 30 seconds or less. So now that we have made our almond milk and cleaned the machines, I have just a few more points that I think are important to note. While I was cleaning the machines, I left the milk out here to sit. And as you can see, there is not much separation in the M1 milk. The milk of the M1 is thick, it's creamy, it has not separated. Look at the quality of this milk. It looks condensed. This looks like a condensed, compact, delicious drink. In comparison and looking at the milk from the Almond Cow, you can see the separation. You can actually see the water at the bottom and you can see the almond layer, the film that has spread on top. So if we're looking at quality of how long one of these is gonna last in your fridge, the M1 milk is going to last longer and you can see the quality in it as well. I imagine that this milk might last in your fridge for a day, and maybe, I'm not sure, I haven't tried yet, but I would say about a day or two. I can tell you for a fact that I have made nut milks with the M1 and they can last for up to 3 to 4 days in your fridge in a sealed tight container. In terms of aesthetic, I personally prefer the Nama M1. This is just a beautiful machine that I would love to have in my kitchen. It feels inviting, and also I love that you can see the milk being made. This is a machine that if I have friends over, I'm excited to be like, look at how it works, look at it reverse, look at it strain. This right here is a showstopper. Infusions, this is a big major point that we have to talk about. The Almond Cow really just makes simple nut milks. The M1 is designed to do so much more. It's not just a milk maker machine. Believe it or not, but you can also make different kinds of milk smoothies or blends. I like to call them infusions because it's more than just a milk. I started a whole series on my channel called Fruit Milks That Will Change Your Life, where I show you how to make different milks out of fruit. And all I do is I put fruit in here with different nuts and different combinations of spices and herbs and other ingredients, and it makes a creamy barista quality smoothie. But it's really a milk, and there's so many different combinations you can put in here. Because this container has the ability and the capacity to hold more, there's more that you can do in this machine. The options are limitless. You can make creamers, you can make milks, you can make smoothies, you can make infusions. Get creative with this machine. It gives you grace so that you can have fun trying new things, and it's really exciting. So I think if we're talking about versatility and what you can do with these machines, you have way more options with the M1. You get way more bang for your buck because there is more that this machine can do. And lastly, because we're talking about versatility, let's circle back to the price comparison of both of these machines. With my discount FullyRaw50 on the Nama M1 website, you're paying $350 for the M1. I bought my Almond Cow on Amazon in the bundle for approximately $290. So we're looking at a $60 difference between both of these machines for what I spent. And if we're comparing not only the price, but if we're looking at the versatility, what you can do with the machine, the ease of the machine, the quality, the flavor, the warranty, all the different features of these machines, hands down, my vote goes for the Nama M1. I would choose this machine every single day. And truthfully, I would choose this machine for the taste and the quality alone. But in the long term, looking at the warranty, looking at how much use I can get out of it, looking at all the different kinds of combinations I can make with it, I'm more likely to get more value out of the M1 than I would with the Almond Cow. So I think it's important to ask, what value will you get out of the machine? Now, I'm sure some of you might watch this video and you might say, you know what, the Almond Cow looks easier for me at this time. And if this looks like the one that you're more inspired to use every day, then by means, get an Almond Cow because it means that that's the one that you're most likely to use in the kitchen, and that's the one that you're going to get the most value out of. But if you look at the M1 and you're like, oh no, that machine is the one, I am inspired to get that, I'm inspired to make milk infusions and fruit milks and creamers and different kinds of nut milks, then get this one because that is the one that you see to be most valuable, and that's the one that you're going to be inspired to use even more and to get the most value out of at the end of the day. I can't say enough good things about the Nama M1. I truly believe that it has changed the plant-based milk space as we know it, and truly this machine is remarkable. At the end of the day, I fully believe in the ethos of both of these machines. I believe that everyone should be drinking plant-based milks. Stop buying milk at the grocery store and start making your own quality milks at home. More nutritious milks in your home, less animal cruelty and sickness in the world. I hope that you have liked this milk maker comparison. If you have, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button because there is only more goodness to come. If you are looking to get a Nama M1 milk maker, you can use the code FullyRaw50. I've included that code on the screen for you and it's linked in the description below. After this code expires, I will replace it with another one in the description for you, so be sure to check that out if you're watching this at a later date. This code will also give you 10% off all of Nama's accessories, so you can check out their juicers, their glass bottles, and so much more. If you're looking for raw vegan recipes, please download my Fully Raw Recipe app. My app is the go-to place for raw vegan recipes. It has more than 500 raw vegan recipes waiting for you to try, along with plenty of milk recipes and also my fruit milks that will change your life. In addition, my app also has a customizable meal planner, meal plans, a customizable shopping list, my featured videos of the week, and so much more. My app is available on both iTunes and Google Play, and I've also included those links in the description below for you. Please give it a download and enjoy. All right, my friends, I hope that this video was helpful to you. I look forward to seeing you all in my next video. Sending you all my hugs and my love.